football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, welcome in to the So Rare in the States podcast, the podcast. Late in the week, we are here. We're going to talk about So Rare. They have a new update. And hey, we're going to look forward to the MLS weekend. There's a whole much going on. And hey, we're going to talk through some things real quick. We have the tickets that So Rare gave to us for Inter Miami and Orlando game. Whoever beat Chris in Rivals, we're going to be drawing that prize live here in a second. But Chris, how you doing?
Dude, I'm whooped right now. It's been a day, it's been a week, getting ready for the season, all good stuff. But I am here and ready to talk about the little ball thing that you kick around and that sport that we play.
Yes, we love it.
That thing.
And we're sickos. And speaking of that, real quick, so what we're going to do, you guys are used to the podcast coming out late in the weekend of the weekend, having fun doing all that.
Wait, we have a podcast?
Yes, dude, we do stuff. But we're going to try to do some new things. We're on Sundays. We're going to try doing a midday live stream, right? To look over the weekend the night before, do all that stuff with the community, get you guys in here, fresh, hot takes, fresh off the press, bright and early. So we're going to try to get everybody to tune into that, make it a routine so we're all there. And then some shows throughout the week, maybe here, maybe there. But Chris, I need you to tell me.
Yeah.
We ran a contest for 2 MLS tickets. All they had to do was beat you in Rivals.
That's it.
Orlando City, Miami. That's all they did.
Super easy.
Who beat you? Did anybody beat you? What happened here?
Well, I really felt like I was gonna beat pretty much everybody, and I did. I did pretty well. Like we picked up the win, 28 out of 35. Lost the Rivals match, which that's a thing. It happens. But yeah. So before we get into this, right, the Sunday thing we did last week, that was incredible. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. Because I'm just screaming and singing at the top of my lungs, and we got banned for that, so it's great.
Almost beat Chris, but you didn't.
JVic
almost doesn't win you MLS tickets.
That's right, it doesn't. So we got a few people who were able to get the job done. This guy definitely cheated, picking up a 5-stack rare. I mean that's super OP.
And they hit.
Did happen to hit. Got a little lucky with Campana. I messed up with Busquets here, but I did hit Julian Gressels. Really proud about that one. And then the Drake did well. But yeah, so he beat me. I have a lot of respect here. You pull out Gressel. Aviles was great, and then Freire. Getting this team in the cap was incredible. So kudos to them.
Big
right?
Brain.
I had the rare, they had the limited, and they still beat me. So that was fantastic. Kind of rooting for them, to be honest. This team even better. Didn't have anybody right that they were playing that they owned, but they got a chance to go to an MLS game now because they're just smarter than me. Through Aviles and DeAndre
really smarter. Basically, you had to throw a dart at the wall at a Miami player, and you were scoring good. It's just
you had to know Julian Gressel is really good, and you didn't because you didn't beat me. So
we'll talk about that because I'm thinking about selling mine.
Respect to them because they knew Julian Gressel. They knew what's up.
See,
starting fresh.
You guys are lucky that I wasn't in it because my Orlando stack would have beat everybody that game. Just saying.
Pretty sure you were in it and you finished near the bottom. We can look. It's all on here, baby.
No, it's okay. Look, we have a wheel of names, Chris. We have a wheel of names right here. We're going to draw this name. One of you is going to an MLS game.
Wait,
are we spinning the wheel?
Before we spin this, I got to point out that Nuriquity 86 on here, very lucky to be on this wheel at all because I missed by 2 passes the tiki-taka. If I get those 2 passes, I'm winning this. So if he wins,
I hope he wins. I'm spinning it.
If he wins, it's 2 passes. Here we go. This is for tickets to an MLS game. No way. No way. Oh my God, he did it. 2 passes,
Nuriquity 98. Congratulations. Hit us up on the Twitters or the YouTubes. We'll get in contact with you. We'll get you connected to the right people. You are going to an MLS game, my good person. Chris, you were just talking all this smack by 2 points. By 2 points.
No, 2
JVic
passes.
thinks it's rigged.
2 passes, JVic. Can you
that made
imagine?
it look pretty rigged. I'm not gonna lie. That made it look a little rigged.
2 passes. I literally stopped. It was like this man can't win, and they just won. It's reverse rigged. You know,
Oh man,
it's the other, it's
it is
the
the
other
reverse
thing.
rig. But there you go. Look at us. Look at us doing things. We played,
Mhm.
we
That
saw,
was
we
fun though.
laughed, I cried, and someone's going to 2 MLS
He
games.
literally was crying, guys, like literally crying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's
It
not talk.
was.
Look, let's give the
We want to
people.
keep talking about this game because I'll keep talking about this game. I have
No,
your lineup pulled up if you want to. If you want to pull
no.
it up.
Look, you know
Ah,
what?
okay.
You know what we are going to talk about this transition to So Rare Pro 2024 because things happened. They gave us news. Now we can buy cards. Chris, off the bat, first reactions because look, a lot of this, not of it's not
Kind of
MLS.
new.
All right, we're going to cover the MLS stuff. We're
Yeah.
going to cover the stuff that affects us. There are plenty of smart people out there, great content creators doing all this stuff, going over it with you guys. So we're going
Yep.
to focus on the MLS thing, continue doing our things. Chris, on the surface, how did this make you feel? Did this tickle your fancy? Where are you at?
Feel very tickled right now.
You do feel very tickled.
I'm here for it. I thought this was all pretty. I think pretty much what we expected. I don't think there was anything that was too super crazy in there. But I like the direction. I'm interested to see how this is going to end up going. 1 week relegation and promotion is fast. It's like one bad week knocks you
intense.
out, and it's going to be difficult to get to the top tier. To be fair, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm waiting for. So the one thing I didn't realize, and maybe they had this out there before, but the one thing I didn't realize, if you win a prize at the top, right, you still get the reward box too. And in this case, 3 reward boxes. So at some point, someone's going to post on Twitter, hey, I finished 5th in MLS or whatever it's called, Challenger. I finished 5th in Challenger. I got a card for my troubles, and I got these 3 reward boxes that all 3 had cards in it. So I just won 4 cards off of one lineup.
That's great.
Probability
awesome.
wise, that's going to happen at some point. Like, it's
Right.
just a matter of time, unless they put something in code that does not let you do that.
No way. Where's the fun in that?
My God, though, winning 4 prizes off of one reward, like off one lineup, that's radical. Who would do that? That's crazy.
So would you say that like all this new stuff, and obviously like people are going to be like, I don't win anything from reward boxes, and it's going to be that one person that has never talked to anybody before, not going to post it on the internet. It's going to just win like magical stuff, and he's just going to run away to McDonald's and order 10 cheeseburgers because he just won the best prize.
Dude, I would do that.
No, dude, that does sound great.
That
Now that I'm
sounds
talking
great,
about
actually.
it, there you go. JVic is going to be that guy again. I pointed out, Vaqueros. Good evening, buddy. But does this make you excited? Like, is this reward structure before we get into it? Is it better than before?
I think
Like
it's
with the loot boxes.
I
all
don't
that
know.
stuff?
I think it's fun. There's progression, but like how much you're really gonna progress. It's not like long-term progression. It's like you could be 2 levels ahead of where you were at 2 weeks. It's not like I don't know. It's just not anything crazy as far as like actual progression goes through the tiers. I mean, you have your 3 lineups, like that's great. It's interesting that like Division 5 is going to be much smaller than Division 4 for some
Right.
reason, and then like the rest of them are all pyramid shape, which is kind of weird. But I mean, overall, I think it's going to be a fun thing. Like I'm a fan of the reward boxes, even though I have no luck with them whatsoever.
Right.
I'm still a fan of them. I still think they're fun to have like a little bit of a luck thing. And it is a strategy thing. Like you have to be consistent. You have to finish in the top 25% to get these reward boxes consistently. And like the more consistently you get them, the better chance you have of actually, pulling something from them. But I like that you can, have a week where you are good, not great, and still come up with something. I think that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. And it does look like when they promise like you don't want to drop tiers, like you don't want to get relegated. I mean, from what I can see, like it does look like you have a higher chance of getting a better reward box when you're in a higher tier. So like you definitely want to be in the higher tier. And it's not like there's like that many more people in the lower tiers to where like the reward boxes are just impossible to get. So like, no, I think it's an interesting way to design the system, and I think it will be fun to see how it actually plays out in person.
No, I mean, it all depends in what are in the reward boxes, right? Because we all want to win the cards. Maybe they could throw cash in at some point. Maybe that's a gambling thing. We don't know. And another thing, because we always thought it was like, yay, boost, cool. But I was thinking about it the other day is when you're playing in these classic competitions, we're already seeing like, look, there's going to be a lot of the same cards in a small congested like pool. So getting those XP boosts and stuff, all of a sudden not having to spend your SO coins. Hey, those still exist. Not having to spend those on boosts, all of a sudden, like being able to boost up some players to give you that edge in the classic competitions, is going to be incredible. And something
Give you
else that
the edge in the new season competitions, right?
yeah, and it could
Like
too.
I
Yeah,
would think those are going to be the important ones. Those are the ones you want to get because it's hard because it takes time to level those cards up. But if you get the boost and you just
That's true.
boost, that's where and you're winning cash off of those. You know what I mean? Like that's where the value is, I think.
No, you're definitely right. And no, it could be because you got to think there's going to be like you already have a small pool of players that are actually going to pay up to play in
Yeah.
these in-season competitions. Now you're saying,
Like
hey,
me.
you win a couple reward boxes in the classic competitions and start boosting your new season to give you that slight edge. Hey, the difference between $100 and $150, it's there. And it could be a few points away. But another thing that you brought up about the reward boxes is that like more people now get the chance to win, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing we've always said is like, well, it kind of sucks to go in and then not win anything for 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row. And hey, they gave us so coins, and they were supposed to be this great thing. Except the club shop wasn't really what people expected. It was a little
There's still
wonky.
no club shop.
They made some decisions, so winning those coins didn't really mean anything. But now getting these reward boxes, yeah, sure, you're not guaranteed anything, but you still get to open something,
Yeah.
and that's fun,
Magical.
right? Magical.
How many coins are you sitting on, by the way? Just curious.
I don't even know. I can't even tell you the last time that I looked.
I actually did spend some.
I got this hat.
There you go.
15,000 SO coins. Best coins I ever spent. Other than that, back when we were cool and actually allowed to play the MLS amateur, dude, I was buying extra swaps every week, boy. I was getting that third swap. I was in there. So yeah, I have 30.
I bought an extra swap once. I spent one time I spent on that. And then there was one random, the New Jersey like enter give us all your coins and get a random chance to win. JVIC Jersey raffle. I entered one of them with like 20,000 coin or something and got like 20 entries and didn't pull shit. So
that is you are not going to. I am like an advertiser's worst nightmare. Like you are not going to get me to just waste stuff on things I don't want. And like a lot of those jerseys, like none of them were really MLS either. So I just really don't care. So it wasn't really catered to me. So I kind of saved my coins, and you know that thing in the back of your mind, we're like, you know what? If I just hold these long enough, like maybe
at some point,
maybe they'll come worthwhile, right? Yeah. So, dude, I'm hodling, boy. I'm hodling my Bitcoin, my ETH, all of it.
I still feel like I have a lot of SO coin, to be fair. Like I feel like I have one of the higher accounts. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. But I have a lot of lineups every week, so
that's true. That's another thing. Yeah, I just have limited, so I'm not really racking up coins. So yeah, I think these reward boxes will be fun. It'll be exciting to see what's in them. I think it is enough of a push for people to maybe play it, and they might not see it right now, right? Because there's this new thing, things are changing. You want to be wowed, you want all this special stuff in your face, and they're like, "Oh, cool, reward boxes." But I mean, dude, some of the percentages of these reward boxes, like they're giving a good amount of them out.
Yeah,
like how many? You were saying the percentages? What are the?
It was like 25%. If I go back on like the minimums, when like 25%, I think.
Oh, we'll get there. Oh, it's on a whole other blog, isn't it? Because Sorare's like, hey, you guys want news?
It's on this.
Well, blogs on blogs on blogs.
So yeah, top 25% for every division. It looks like top 5% get 3 of the boxes, which is cool. So like you finish like here, like 34th, you get like a tier 4 plus 3 boxes. It's like you got a shot, like that's like 10% chance. Because I think they said somewhere in here. Oops, I went to the wrong thing.
Well, why you look for that? There's the limited ones too, which are just as nice, and there's more divisions. There you go. Here's 7 blogs telling you almost new info. It's one of those things.
It was all known. Like everyone's freaking out, and I was like, yeah, I knew all of this. Like, what's the idea here? This is literally the same press release they had 3 weeks ago. Whenever.
Oh, you wanted new stuff? Here, let me just like reshuffle words around, put them in a different order. Let me copy your homework, but change a few words.
I'm now gonna add in the percentages of what you can win, and then we're gonna re-release the whole thing and make it seem like it's huge.
So, but before we take a look at the cash prizes, because that kind of like plays a thing into it too. Is this enough to make you double down on classic competitions and go, yeah, this is where I'm going to hang out? Like, is this
Well, because of cash
is the
prizes
market
that are
back?
gone?
No, I'm talking about
Or are you
like just
trying to win
overall.
new cards to play new cards to play cash?
Yes, the overall prize pools for the classic competitions for you. Is it worth it to continue to go there, continue to focus on it, continue to prioritize it, or do you think small kind of rewards up top, but more chances at cards maybe? Is that enough to make you double down and start buying more?
Buy more? No.
No,
Sell more? No.
no.
I don't think my strategy has really changed. Like, they didn't really change the amount of rewards, right? Like, so why should the strategy change?
Right.
You
Well,
know?
because you're gonna have less lineups. It's a little more competitive, maybe.
Less lineups is
The
bad
harder
for
to
me because
win,
I have a
maybe.
lot of cards.
Right.
I kind of want more lineups because like I just have so many cards that are useless that I need to play. So maybe I end up selling some to like, but I mean I have OP cards. Like I have the
Right.
Tolkien's, I don't actually have a Lucio Acosta.
Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to think of my big ones. Like I have like João Paulos and I don't know. Yeah, I can't think, but I have big cards. I have good things. I have Ricky Pooches. I have lots of pooches.
Now, see, buying a full crew collection, and if you're talking new season,
I do have a full DC collection.
that's
I
a good,
will.
no, we're talking Columbus. We want a good team,
Boo.
a good consistent team. So, like, if you're
Oh,
gonna
we
play
got text
cash,
about that.
would you stack in cash tournaments, or would
Yeah.
you just go for big hitters, or do you think stacking's the way? I hate stacking.
No, I
hate
think
stacking.
stacking.
I think
I think
stacking is
stacking.
awful. So would you
Generally, I think stacking. It depends on the stack. Like
see?
you can't have a bad stack. But like a crew stack is gonna be freaking nuts, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean,
A crew stack is gonna be great. It's Diego Rossi, it's Cucho, it's Amundsen, it's Schulte, and then like your midfielder is Aiden Morris. Like that's incredible. Like all those guys are bangers. Like you really don't like they're all top 10 in their positions in the league. It's like I
so
have
there you
no
go.
problem with that stack.
You're gonna have to pay $1 million, right? First of all,
Not
and
$1
then
million.
is
It's
it
like
going to be worth it
$500K.
in limiteds? Now these are the cash prizes. All right, look at these. You get $140 for podium. Is this enough to make you pay a premium on a Schulte limited card, which I just saw going on auction for like 120? So you're
Yeah,
already
Cujo's 114.
yes. So you're paying
Yeah.
somewhere between like $300 and $500 for a Columbus stack, give or take, depending on how the market goes. And these right here, I know if you're listening to the podcast, this episode is going to be a little weird because there's a lot of graphics and a lot of blogs to go through. So hey, maybe check out the YouTube and subscribe.
Shameless plug.
Looking at these, Division 1 podium 750, Division 2 250. Is it really worth it to fork it out and then hope that your Columbus stack hits on that specific week that you're in the right division?
And you only have one season. Like
Yes.
that's the thing. Like with old seasons, you could be like, well, the Columbus stack, these guys are gonna bang for the next decade. Like eventually I'm gonna win my no, that's not a thing. Like this is a very like cut and dry. How much can I get out of this stack over the next 34 game weeks? That's it. That's all you get. You get 34 chances. So like if you mess up, if there's a DNP, if there's rotation, if there's an injury, you're losing weeks, and weeks are very limited. So like, is the price too high? It's a great question. That's a great question. Like Cucho at 114.
I mean, he's a smasher, dude. He bangs.
He's
bangs.
good. He's good. Like I won't say that he's not good. Aiden Morris at 46. Like,
and that's gonna go up, dude. That
you're
Aiden Morris is not sitting at 46.
Need it.
I'm pretty sure one sold for over 100 today already. So
let me hold on.
But the thing is, what happens? You're playing it, right? You're chilling in Division 2. You're getting close. You're almost there. The one time that your Columbus stack hits before Cucho leaves for the summer, Daniel Cooper brings up, there's always a risk.
True.
Before that even happens, what if you just get relegated to Division 4? Just didn't work out for you. Columbus
and you won it. You finished
and
first,
you win.
And you freaking get $100.
The one time that you podium, boom, you're in Division 4, not 3, not 2, not where the money is.
Yeah,
that's gonna suck, and that's gonna piss people off.
True. Yeah. I mean, really, realistically, like you're definitely right. Like these prices are they're outrageous. There is value to some degree. Like you don't have to win the whole card value back because like there is some old season value, but you need to win like 2/3 of the value. Like that's what
Right.
you're paying. You're paying triple price right now over the old season cards. Like you need to win 2/3 of the value that you're paying in order to justify not just buying an old season card and just playing old season. I also think that kind of invalidates the I'm gonna win old season competitions and win cards and then play them in the new season for the last half of the year because you're just not gonna have it. You're not gonna have enough chances. Like,
Right.
yeah, I mean, I do think the price is definitely too high. Looking at that, and a full stack too, and you gotta have 3 of them. I mean, you're
4
talking to,
in
you're
limited.
talking probably you're probably talking 1,000 to 1,200 to get 3 good stacks. Even
Yeah.
if you don't do stacks, even if you just like Pooch, Cucho, Rodriguez, like OP guys that aren't on the same team, then you have the other problem of like, well, if they hit on different days,
Right.
But like, yeah, even if you don't stack, it's still going to be expensive. It's not like these guys are pretty expensive.
Do you?
Or you
I'm
could
trying
just
to
be
think.
me
Like,
and get a DC United stack and have it overperform. See, I'm big braining it here. I'm being dumb, but I'm also big braining it.
oh
DC's going to be
man,
good this year, man. I'm telling you. I'm going to
God,
have
dude.
all the players.
Honestly, I really do hope you end up hitting a podium with that DC stack. Because
If I do, we're
Lordy
going
Lord,
nuts, man.
we're going nuts. We're going to the town. We're hitting it all.
So here's my thinking, right? If I have to pay $300 to be number 1 for DC, right? Have
Yep.
all the DC players, $300, done, sold out the door. I'm number 1, right? I need one of 2 things to happen to
Right.
like make my return, right? Number 1, I need Sorare to go. All the number 1 collectors get a free jersey, and then I'm like, well, just made my money back. Number 2, I need to hit something at some point during the season on the cash prizes, right?
Right.
I feel like I got a decent shot of that. No one's gonna have a freaking DC United stack, man. And when they play at home, I guarantee you, at some point this year, they beat somebody 5-0. At some point
Don't say
this
that.
year, they will boat race somebody because the press will just be too much. It'll be tired legs on the other team. It'll be 3-0 in the first half, and DC will go, yeah, more goals. And they'll boat race somebody, and they'll all get hundreds. And I'll be number 1 because I'll be the only one stacking. Just wait. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
All right.
It's
So
not gonna
give me
happen.
this scenario. New in season cards are out right now. They are way high. Everybody's looking at this
They
going,
are very high.
that risk reward, it ain't there for me. They're gonna go hang out in Classic for a little bit, pump those prices a little bit. New season, more supply, all that. They're gonna probably take a real nasty dip, maybe, or people are gonna degen. I don't know. Maybe these reward pools are enough to bring in the
They're
masses.
definitely
to
going
come.
to take a dip, but I don't think they're going to take a big dip.
No, but if the sentiment starts to switch on a whoa, it's too expensive, it's not right, like you should focus on in season, and that dips enough, would you kind of like hop in heavy to in season if that was the case? If you saw people kind of avoiding them, and you saw what if in season starts because it starts in like 2-3 weeks, it
Yeah.
starts and just the amount of people playing are just not that
It's
much.
like
Would you?
0.
Yeah, it's like very low. Would you then be willing to almost spend up because it'd be a lot easier, the less competition?
Well, I've already spent my money, so no. I already have my stacks. To be fair, like I have already degened into this, which I'm sure a few people have. If I were being my normal sane self and not spending on new season cards right now, and I go in and see, oh, there's how many places get paid? There's like 100 places that get paid in this competition. There's like 300 people entering.
Right.
I mean, I go like, oh shoot, that's really good. Like that's really good odds. Like I might be willing to go spend a little bit to get.
Well, you place in the top 350, top 270, you get $5 in limited.
That's worth though. If cards are down, like if everyone's souring on it and they're like basically just old season prices, yeah, why not buy a little stack? especially a stack that's not super like you don't want like the Messi Suarez stack because everybody's
Right.
gonna play that stack because you only get 3 lineups. So like all the big whales that have money are just gonna go buy Messi Suarez. So like you kind of want that like random stack nobody's really thinking of. I think there's actually a lot of value in that, to be fair.
Right.
Because like there's gonna be a week where Messi rotates and everybody's stack is just dead, right?
That's true.
So like that week, if you have DC United at home against, I don't know, I'm trying to. I don't know what the bad teams are anymore, man. Like,
Austin.
Austin. All right, DC's
Probably
at home
Colorado.
against Austin. Maybe Colorado. They're
Maybe.
I don't know.
Up in the
We'll
air.
see.
Too early.
DC's at home against Austin, right? And
Right.
Messi sits. You probably got a good shot, you know. So I don't know. I think there is value in having a stack that nobody else has if there's nobody there. Like if it could be very contrarian, especially if it's over the summer where there are no other challenger leagues going on.
Right.
There's only so many,
But the
people
cash
entering these
cash
things.
prices are also probably going to be lower than 2, if not a lot.
But
of
that's
teams
not
are
what
playing.
they said. They said these are the cash prizes. So like they kind of have to roll that, you know?
Minnesota is a sleeper. They are another.
I
one of
actually
those-
really like Minnesota, especially when they get the new coach in, which I think they have him now.
and
Like,
everybody back.
yeah, they're playing like decent without any players and a coach.
They played decent. They played decent all last year. They just couldn't win games. Like they were like in games. They
Yeah.
were competitive. Like Reynoso looked good. Bongi just wishy washy, and all of them kind of make Pookie better.
Moses Nyman, ring a bell?
Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
So
he's
yeah,
on the
no,
bench. He's probably not even going to be on the bench, to be fair.
because you got to think like they're see the more we talk through this, the more I'm like, dang, I think in season kind of might be the play if people start to fade it early. Because like you got to think about it. People are
Early,
gonna
I think
go
it could be the play.
early, like very very early. You're gonna have to decide very early on, like if you want to hop in or not, and just kind of take that risk. Because like think about it, throughout it, people are gonna look for bargains, which aren't gonna be the smashers. Because typically we want to throw our hat in the ring, right? But it's not gonna be full. You're gonna have people that are just winning rewards, keeping them, and just playing them again just for a shot. So I think like there's probably the potential to be a lot of dead lineups in. And over the summer, we know how MLS is. Rotation gets risky. I mean, this opens up in a few weeks. Like CCL is still happening. So I think, yeah, there might be a possibility where like some of these lineups might not be as competitive as you think. And if you kind of really kind of pull your pants up, lace up your try hard boots on, and hop in there.
Ooh,
yeah, dude, lace up the try hard boots.
See, I think you're 100% right. Like if you're gonna play it from day one.
Yeah.
Right.
And play it
If you're
hard.
gonna-
Like don't
if you're
half-ass
gonna-
it like
Right.
hard.
If you're gonna spend that money to get into this, like you want as much time to make back your investment as possible. Like I don't think these cards are realistically gonna dip as hard as they probably should, right?
Yeah.
Like they should dip throughout the year. Like they should slowly, because like every
of
game you
course.
play is one less game of utility that you have. So like they should be highest at the beginning and then like take a pretty sharp decline as you get towards the end. Because like 5 games to go, they're basically old season cards.
Yeah.
Right.
But at that point, you're definitely probably not getting any back.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, probably. So the later that we get in the season, the more closer to the price of the old season cards they're going to get. So if you're going to get in, you don't really want to buy in with 5 weeks to go and get them like basically as new as old season card, like as you know what I'm saying? Like get them at basically the old season card.
Maybe
price.
you do. What if the play? Because like
you
look,
don't have enough time to win back anything.
But we're in uncharted territory, right? So what if everybody, because they're thinking in season, I got to return, I got to get my money back. What if like mid-season we get like a crazy overcorrection of everybody trying to get out, and all of a sudden you're in that same boat where you're like, oh, okay, you guys run away. Like there's still X many weeks of utility because nobody really knows what they're gonna do, right? And who says they don't overreact? And all of a sudden, you get that mid-season. Because if you look, and if you
also
look at
new season
charts,
European cards will be coming out at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
How many people are going to be like, "Oh, MLS is over. Look, the Prem's going to be the shiny new toy."
I'm going to
sure
sell that
probably,
to go play La Liga.
And who's to say they're not going to go all bang out with some crazy rewards, do all this thing, just entice everybody, and everyone's going to leave again. And because how much of this is people kind of rotating and like now that the cash is actually in front of their face, going, "Oh, I was going to wait for Europe, but there's cash in my face, so I might as well do this for a few weeks." I know
it's true. We might be way overinflated.
Maybe.
because that was our original premise. You got me going back and forth on this thing, and I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. Like I don't have a logical brain to think through this stuff right now. But like, yeah, I think you kind of came back to this point of like, maybe these cards are way too high. Like, is Cucho really worth that? Are you really going to return that in a season? But then if his price is like basically an old card season price halfway through the year because everyone's trying to panic sell to get into Europe, then it's like, sign me up for that, you know?
Yeah.
I get that. I get that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I'm confused because like it's one of those things where I want to, but I don't want to. It's like, do I want to me spending $200 on a Cucho limited right now to potentially win some cash could probably like get me a really nice rare like team right now in a classic competition to make me pretty competitive.
True.
So it's like,
I had one rare T1 reward off a random team, and I just sold that. And now I'm thinking like I can add 2 more like decently OP cards to this stack, you know?
Yeah. And that's something we talked about too. It's like almost
possible.
you want to focus, especially if prices for classic comps are low right now. Like, wouldn't you want to bang out there to win some of the early mints if they're going to be inflated right now?
And
shouldn't you want to win this weekend and immediately
and you immediately get that new season reward. And the old season rewards don't lose utility because like they're still old season next year. It's not like there's more of them out there, but like they don't like you can still use that. You don't have to go buy a new one every year. So like you still have that available every single time. If you buy it now, you can win new season stuff this year, and then when we get to next year, you win new season stuff next year.
But I think that's another thing that people need to think about too, because it's like you have old season cards, but you want to buy new season cards. And one of the ways that I did it in Rainmakers, which I think was maybe the right way, but maybe not, is that when buying in season, for one, buying cards that you don't already have. Because it just really doesn't make sense to get duplicates. Because it's almost like, I don't know if like anybody plays like fantasy football or like a fantasy, but like a dynasty where like you have rollover and stuff like that. So it's like almost kind of strategically make your purchases like, look, I have this old season stuff, keep it, whatever. And then try to buy stuff you don't already have. So then next season, when it rolls over, you're just boosting your classic that you already have.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't hurt as bad to be like, well, I bought this card. Now I have 2 of them, but they're both worthless. It's like, you like almost minimize that risk a little bit. But when it comes to like Cucho, of course you want a new season and an old season and probably a couple seasons because it's Cucho. And you're going to want to run 3 Cuchos too. So it's one of those things like what you want to do, what your budget is, and like focusing on like what works for you. But that's one of the strategies that I like the way that I played Rainmakers. Like, yeah, trying to just get like, especially with new seasons, as more seasons, you get cards that are brand new to the platform, right? You get rookies, like stuff like that first years, kind of focus on that stuff. The ones that'll win you stuff, obviously, and then kind of just have it roll over so that the churn isn't as bad. And then you could just kind of sell classic cards that you don't want on price spikes when they're in form for 2-3 weeks until they tank.
It's funny that you say that because I didn't know that I was doing that, but I was 100,000% doing that.
Were you?
So I was like, yeah. So I decided before the season I'm gonna try to get some new season stuff just to test out like how this thing goes, see what happens. I also am a big fan of collections. Like I'm gonna very targetedly like get a couple teams.
Right.
And you're trying to think like who are the teams I want to get. And I knew I wanted to get a DC stack because I didn't have a lot of the players on this team because I haven't done the limited DC stack in a couple years and they've all changed. So like I have a few of them, but really not as many as I would like. And I think this is the best DC team in a while. So I wanted to get a DC stack. I knew that. That was just fandom, right? That's just me.
Right, of course.
And then I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what's the other stack that I want to get? I have a Pooch, so I don't really want a Galaxy stack, right?
And everybody's running that.
And everybody's running it. I have a Facundo Torres, so I don't really want an Orlando stack. And I have a few other Orlando stuff. I have all the Cincy cards from last year, and they're very similar. So those are all out. Columbus was a possibility, but I thought it'd be too expensive, which I was right. I'm thinking to myself, what are the other OP cards I don't have? Carlos Heel is one of the ones I don't have.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, what about a Revolution stack? Well, if I do a Revolution stack, not only do I get Heel, I get eventually Dylan Barrero, who I am really high on. I get Shankali, who I'm really high on.
Oh, now you are.
Well, yeah, I just didn't want to tell you. I get DeJuan Jones, who I like a lot.
Yeah.
I get Kessler, who's a decent player. I get Dave Romney, who's a decent player. All guys I don't have, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Like New England Revolution's one. The other one I kind of targeted, which I thought would be better, and I still think will be better if they fire their coach, is NYCFC. Because I don't have the only one I have is Talis Magno. That's it.
Right.
So like getting Asante Rodriguez in, getting Diego Martins in, getting both their goalkeepers, huge. So I'm like, I didn't know I was doing that, but I was like, you know what? That's kind of what I'm doing. I picked my stacks based on what I didn't have old season wise. And then next year, I didn't think this through, but like next year I will have all of those players in old season.
No, yeah, I actually kind of like that because one of the things that I've always said when you're onboarding people, when you're getting into this game, right? Like people should start with their teams. Like if you just started with a
Yes.
stack of your team, one, you're already engaged.
You know
love
rotation.
watching you love you know the rotation, you love
Yeah.
your team, you like watching them already. You have this other like mode of like a way to engage with it.
Yeah.
You start there, and then if you build out from there, like it goes so much better. So in the case, like, yeah, when there's new seasons, start off with a team stack, whatever team, at the beginning of the season, plant your flag, put your chips in and go like, this is the team I'm going after.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're zigging.
And
when
MLS
everybody
is
else
a
is zagging.
great league for that because every year the team that's good has always never been good before. Like it's such a topsy-turvy league. So like that's a perfect league to just go, this is the team I think. And I think it might be Portland Timbers. And that was one of the ones I considered. But I had so many Portland Timbers cards already. And I was like, I'm not going to go that way.
No,
but
yeah,
now
but
that I've
like,
watched them a couple weeks, I'm like, this team's really good.
Yeah, especially as we're
Unless your team is
snowballing this,
Orlando.
and like, I mean, whatever. Like, most likely, Silver will change another thing in 6 months because they keep doing things. They can't do it forever, right? Eventually, they'll land on something, and we'll get a little bit of stability. And like with every update, we get a little bit more stability. So hoping it's like this in a while. And like, yeah, if you really want to think about it, do it that way. Snowball some collections that people aren't really thinking. Hopefully, they come good. You have a little setup, going into Classic, and then the next year you can do the same thing, and then just bits and pieces here and there.
Here's the other thing. I have a new season. I actually don't have any of the big OP cards. Like that was my strategy, right? Collection first, get all of the little cards, and then round out the collection with like not the jersey mint of the big player, right? I did get a jersey mint Santi Rodriguez because I thought he was way too cheap. But like I had no choice. But here's the thing, right? When I pick up Benteke, when I pick up Cleach, guess what the percentage is on those bad boys? 5%. So yeah, I'm going into in-season competition with a 10% bonus. Everybody else just picked up their one Benteke because that's all they could afford. They pick up their one Benteke, play it with a Lionel Messi, play it with a Cucho, and they're all at 5%. I'm at 10%. Even if I have worse players, I at least have better percentage,
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I get all those level ups from the reward boxes. I'm going to have my Benteke at 20% by the end of the year. You just watch. I have the first ever 20% limited bonus.
Gross. That's so gross. Who are you like? Where are you using your old season card? Is it based on the lineup, or are you going to have a specific like I'm always running an old season here? Because in my brain, I go old season has to always be goalkeepers because goalkeepers carry a premium, and it just sucks having to buy goalkeepers. So like, if I could buy it cheaper in season and then focus on outfield, like I'm kind of okay with that.
Is there do you get like a penalty bonus or something or anything?
We either don't know or I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you always want your old season card to be the most expensive card. So like,
right, but if it's a variable.
Generally, it's going to be your goalkeeper.
Right.
But like if, for example, I have a Ricky Pooch. If Ricky Pooch is more like if I can find an in-season goalkeeper cheaper than Ricky Pooch, then I should be playing Ricky Pooch as much. You know what I mean? Like I should be throwing those guys. Now, there is some argument to like, well, everybody will have Ricky Pooch as their person. But like I still think it's whoever is the most expensive, like whoever can save you the most money and get the highest value lineup. I think it. Yeah,
Messi, Puig, Gil. It's all going to be old season. So,
but goalkeeper is actually a good shout because you could like just splurge on a new season Pooch, and then go do an old season goalkeeper, and
Right. Because like the way that I look at it is like my biggest thing going into rare, right? No, I have 2 rare goalkeepers now. Wow.
look at
And it was like,
you.
wow. I mean, granted, like goalkeepers are like a few hundred back then too. Like they were like way, way expensive. Like they're hella cheap now.
Yeah.
I bought my rare Sean Johnson for cheaper than I got my Gaese limited. If that fucking tells you how the market
Isn't
was.
that crazy?
Wild. But like the hardest part of wanting to move up to rare was getting that goalkeeper, and like that was without it, I can't build a lineup. So it's almost thinking like in season, technically, it should almost be the same thing, right? Like you should start seeing the same trend where like goalkeepers are just going for astronomical prices. So it's almost like, and like I hate that
Are
I'm going to say this
goalkeepers
now,
in
but
season
nobody
too
watches
cheap
this
right now?
anyway.
Are
I don't know.
goalkeepers too cheap?
Not the in season, like they're gonna be like old season is what I'm saying. So it's like you almost want to like pay down on that. And like I've almost been thinking about scooping up goalkeepers because I think people are like way underexposed goalkeepers. And the only
I
reason I
don't
say
know.
that,
I kind of think they're overexposing goalkeepers because in the past, you had like 15, 16 lineups that would all need a goalkeeper. Now you just have 3.
yeah,
You
but
know?
what if you have 4 goalkeepers and they're all away and you just hate all your lineups? You're gonna want some home keepers.
Well,
And you're gonna go out and pay for
you
those.
sell one of those keepers and go buy another one.
No, because next week they're all gonna be home and the one you just bought's away. Because like
You're
and
just
like I'll put it,
perpetually buying and selling goalkeepers.
and this is why
Based
like
on matchup.
and this like the goalkeeper thing has been like bugging me. I've really been thinking about this because one thing I didn't realize. So last year was the first year that Rainmakers did the old season, new season thing, right? Because it was year 2. One thing I didn't realize is that because they did like an extended format and you needed kickers, nobody had kickers. And all of a sudden it was like the oh crap, everybody needs a kicker. And like, dude, the prices were like $40 for just a stupid kicker that nobody wanted. So it's like one of those things where like it almost becomes one of those things that like keeps people from playing is always the goalkeepers, not outfields. Like you pick up those for cheap, get something cheap, start off with, and then build from there. But like you have to spend up for that goalkeeper, and that's a little hard for people. So it's like I feel like that I don't trust it. I feel like goalkeepers are like going to go into a bubble and just like blow up, and it's not going to be fun for anybody. Or I'm completely wrong. I don't know.
Like, do you think there's more lineups set now or less lineups?
Right
Overall.
now until August, I think there's going to be more. After August, I think it's all going to reduce because like they're gonna get rid of all like the all stars and stuff like that. But I think right now in the summer, I think people are underexposed goalkeepers. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Fair enough. I
At
don't
least that's the way that I
know.
look at it.
I literally have no idea.
I don't
I've
either.
not thought about it.
I did. There's too much to think about, and there's all the unknowns. All you
Yeah.
can do is put yourself in
Factors.
the best position to hopefully blossom.
The best position is watching us here at Sorare in the States make fools of ourselves because we don't know what we're talking about.
As everybody runs away. Look, I've had enough of this reward talk at this point. Look, Sorare, keep
True.
doing stuff. But guess what?
Yeah.
No matter what, I'm still gonna buy a bunch of MLS cards and get DMPs.
We're
and get
sickos.
rotations wrong because we're sickos. And you know what? We're gonna keep playing MLS and we're gonna win everything in the summer because that's how we do. Chris, there is MLS action this weekend.
I thought you were going to talk about baseball now. I really did.
Hell no.
I was like, he's done with MLS. We're talking baseball. Here we go.
This is so rare in the States. Anybody want to do a baseball show? Because I don't.
Cunha Jr.?
So...
This is the way.
Congratulations to all the baseball fans out there. Enjoy your shiny new cards that are cards.
Probably overpriced.
This
Haven't
is
even
the way.
looked.
Probably
Literally have
overpriced.
not even looked.
Chris, there is a slate of MLS games this week. There is
My
Champions
guy.
Cup going on right now. I don't
Yes.
have a. I
It's
don't.
1-0 Monterey.
Is it 1-0 Monterey? Brandon Vasquez.
Still Brandon Vasquez.
I haven't set my rivals lineup for Messi later. Oops. Who cares?
Am I winning rivals, by the way? Here we
Ooh.
go. Let's look at that.
Are there any of these matchups, Chris, that you are excited about? Anything that you are targeting this weekend? Oh, there's 3 Sunday games for our Sunday stream. Let's go.
One of them is a DC game, too.
Ugh, oh, that's awful.
You know we're going to watch that one.
Oh, we'll see you all at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Yay.
We can also sort of keep up with the Nashville LA game because I'm interested in LA Galaxy this year.
Yeah. Anything stand out to you for this?
What do you think stands out to me? Just based on what I've been saying all year. What game do you think?
I'm gonna say you're gonna start your day off with some Toronto and Charlotte action.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Trip and B suffer because Toronto kicks the crap out of Charlotte at home. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. At me, Trip and B. We're good friends, but this time you're going down because I've adopted Toronto as my team, and Yeah, they will not be stared at by you like Andrew Wiebe was at MLS Cup final. They will stare back and they will take you down. I'm starting my day with Toronto and Charlotte, although I am very close to both NYCFC and Portland as well. So I will probably have that game on as well, except that I think we have an academy game. So I don't think I'll watch either of those games. But outside of working, I would love to watch those two games.
I have to admit to you something right now. I refuse to watch games in Yankee Stadium. Like I won't do it.
Fair.
Like I
Yeah.
will not do
box? Are you a fan of the box?
it. Herdman over
Yeah,
Dean.
Thomas.
There you go.
You got it. He nailed it.
Oh, the box.
That's why
Yes.
he's a scout.
The cube.
He's an analyst. So
The
he used
cube.
data to come up with that prediction. Yeah, the box.
The
big
cube.
box.
Yes, I did see it.
Cube.
Dude, I'm stoked, man. I'm for
pumped.
it. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I'll believe it when I
Don't
see
think
it.
it's gonna happen.
I believe it when I see it. Okay.
Yo, it's in the
NYC
plans.
is-
It's been approved.
And NYC is a yeah. You know what? Hey, but now
Do
we
you
have
know
the sphere.
Brooklyn
we
is
have
joining the USL.
And we have the bean.
They announced that Brooklyn's joining the USL, which is pretty cool.
Oh, really? That's pretty neat.
Yeah, we're gonna play in New York.
So that means I gotta get a picture in the cube in Vegas when MLS goes to Vegas eventually, because you know it's gonna happen.
Isn't
Then
that a
at that
sphere?
point,
Isn't that a sphere in Vegas?
yeah, is that what I said? What did I say?
You said the cube in Vegas.
Oh, the sphere in Vegas. All right, then we're gonna go to New York. We're gonna go to the cube, and then we're
Dude.
gonna stop by Chicago for hot dogs and go see the bean.
Dude, geometry nerds are just living their best life right now. Yo, like there's some 10th grade geometry teacher that's just like, oh my god, architecture's so great nowadays.
I do gotta say, like, as I like make my way through MLS like stadiums and stuff like that, going from like Colorado Rapids, which is like OG, and just kind of like a field in the middle of nowhere, to like Charlotte in a big old stadium. We have Orlando City was like the first supporting, like standing supporting, like dude. And then going to Columbus, that stadium was great. Like watching like the new stadiums get built. I can't wait to go to Austin and Cincinnati. Like it's fun.
Cincy's
So,
really nice.
going to the cube,
the cube.
the square. I
like the box, to be fair.
But yeah, no, I refuse to watch games at NYCFC and Yankee Stadium because it doesn't exist.
No, I hear you, but I do want to watch Portland. Portland's very entertaining. So I'm here for them. Toronto, I'm here for. Atlanta, New England, fascinating game. I would love to see Atlanta just crush New England, because I don't know what I feel about New England right now, even though they're destroying people in CCL or CCC.
Yeah, I guess.
They're not like playing big teams though, so
I've realized that like any team that's in CCL, and everybody knows, right? There's a hangover, like they suffer league play, whatever. But like, there's just been so much rotation in these teams that we haven't even seen like a first team. They're just like in and out, trying to manage players that like you really haven't seen what these teams are capable of. So like, do I expect Atlanta to smash New England? Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do I believe that's testament to New England like having problems or just like not really being there, or Atlanta just smashing? No, I don't, because it's just a weird situation.
It's also just home in a way, like to some degree, you know.
Oh, that too.
Philly, Seattle.
Ooh, Philly, Seattle's. Oh well, Philly played this midweek too, didn't they?
Fascinating game. That's true. Seattle is somehow not in CCCCC.
Yeah, because they won it and they were like, yeah, we don't care anymore.
Nah, we're good. We did that.
Can I say,
first one
for whoever's here live, or you catch this before lock, dude, good luck with Orlando versus Minnesota, because I am expecting just like play the kids again, like we already missed. It's just like I don't even think I play Gaesa this weekend, to be honest.
Here's the thing, though, you can almost take advantage of that. Like I have some cards that are worthless because they never play, and I almost want to like just throw them into lineups and see like one in each lineup and just see what happens.
Yeah, like I have
sicko mode.
2 Gaeses and I think 3 Masons or 2 Masons, and it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, do I throw out both Gaese and Mason? Do I just play Mason? Kyle Smith starts, so I don't think so, because what was it? Santos started in Miami. It got benched for Tigres, which caught me off guard. I didn't expect that at all. I thought he would play both and then rest Minnesota. So I was there. So to be honest, if you are playing Orlando defense, just play Janssen.
Good luck.
Like, don't just play Janssen. Like, that is it. And even he might rotate this weekend. I don't know. Like, it's dude. It's so
there's
bad.
gonna be this all over like every team. So wait. So who's in CCCC still?
So Columbus,
Columbus. All right.
Columbus, right?
Against
They just played it,
Chicago. That's
and they played full
terrifying.
strength. Columbus got full
Yeah.
strength. So they're probably
Did
going
they
to
start
rotate this weekend.
Cucho? Didn't Cucho come off
Cucho
the
didn't
bench?
start, but it was
Yeah.
full strength for a majority of the other games.
I feel like if he didn't start, he's probably fine this weekend.
Cucho should be fine this weekend.
Yeah.
Orlando, Philly. I have no idea.
St. Louis. No, St. Louis is out. Never
Yeah.
mind. GK.
And then, I mean, Miami's going to Nashville and Cincinnati on Sunday are all also in CCL.
Oof.
So
DC stack, baby. Playing those kids in Cincy. Here we go.
can we just talk about how LA Galaxy stacks are completely going to smash this week?
Completely broken.
If
Nashville
you-
is terrible, and they're going to rotate. But
Oh.
Hani's back.
Is he back? Is he starting tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't set my Rivals lineup.
assumed. Oh, we have 2 minutes. All right, we are pausing.
Should I quickly set my Rivals lineup real quick?
Yeah, we're doing this live.
Oh,
We're
God.
pausing this game.
Oh, God.
I will challenge.
I'm
you too.
dude, for the content, we're going to
Trey
sit here.
Calendar. Noah Allen starts. Hell yeah.
Hey, don't
let's
look at
go.
my lineup, bro. Did everybody set their
I'm not
Rivals
sta-
lineups for
I'm
Miami?
not starting Noah Allen. 100% not doing it.
Oh, dude, I'm not even paying attention. I'm just scrolling through these.
I'm
Can I
not
play Julian
starting
Gressel
Noah
twice?
Allen. I'm gonna say that.
Just let
again.
me. Is it gonna let me play Julian Gressel twice?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh, it
When you try to
doesn't?
lock it, it doesn't work.
Dang it!
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, you know what?
That's-
I don't even
that's
care.
a
I don't know. This
gorgeous
is
lineup.
terrible content.
That's
Oh,
a
I'm
gorgeous
gonna-
lineup.
I'm gonna
I'm
go-
here.
I'm gonna go-
No, I'm almost done.
I don't. My
Are you
brain
done?
doesn't think. No, I didn't submit it. I don't care.
You
Down
didn't
with
submit it?
Miami.
Dude,
Boo,
I-
Miami.
I popped into Arena real quick.
What if Nashville pulls the
Here.
upset on Miami?
Do you want to see this lineup?
Can they
'Cause
do
I
it?
feel like this is a really actually OP
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah.
Look at
What
this.
what'd you do?
Hold on. Look at that. Messi, Zimmerman, Gressel, Noah Allen, and Drake Calendar. That's badass.
That's a team, dude.
I'm here for this.
That is a team.
Yeah, I feel like
Uh,
rivals wise, I feel like I'm in real good shape. You know what I mean? Three playing
Redondo is starting.
Redondo's really good, or he's supposed to be
He-
really good.
He's just hopping straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah, dude, they got to rest Busquets. That man's like ancient.
Wow.
Do you see how bad he played? He
I
like
can't
got
fit-
30
I can't-
something this weekend.
I can't fit him into a lineup. It's awful.
Redondo is this L15 really that high?
It's a 53.
Oh no.
You know what? I'm gonna throw in
Oh.
Drew Yearwood and hopefully he gets subbed in.
Oh no. You're putting a sub in?
Dude, I don't. I'm
Dude.
just. Oh, the game already started. I didn't get it in.
No, you didn't get it.
See, I wasn't gonna do it.
I'm winning
See,
my arena.
I wish
matchup.
washed.
19
I wish
points
washed.
up.
I wasn't comfortable. I was like, I'm gonna put it in. I backed off. I didn't put it in. Then I wanted to put it in, and then it was too late. So that's why you have conviction in your trades in the market, because that's how you get burned.
Hey, start your Yu Kubos tonight because he's winning me this rivals matchup right now. This is the lowest
go.
scoring rivals matchup I've ever seen in my life, by the way. Crazy.
I am gonna go ahead and say that episodes like these are an entire mess, and I'm just happy for it. And I'm happy for everyone that came and hung out with
It's
us on the
content.
stream today. It is.
It's
It is content.
It's you get a little bit of everything, and
But
you
look-
kind of understand where my brain is right now.
Yes, but
All over
look,
the
like
place.
for you sickos that are still here, this is the way. Oh my god, the one
J
where,
Vic has said we need to look at this goal, so I'm probably
you
gonna
see
get a
Monterey's
content
goal?
strike
All right.
again.
pull it up on Twitter. If it's on Twitter, it's already there. But I want to say, like, this new content structure, right? We
Good
need your
idea.
help here because we need to know what we want to do with the podcast. So we're gonna do the review show on Sundays, live stream again with everybody. We want all of you guys here because we think it's gonna be easier just review the weekend right there with everybody, doing all that. The refs strongly favoring Rayados every time. Do you see some of those calls against Tigres and Orlando? Tigres got all the calls. All the calls. That boy had money on the game. I'm just saying. But yeah. So Thursday podcast, you're
got
gonna
it.
get what you're gonna get.
I got it.
Oh, is this bad? Oh no.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
no.
a good play.
Get him in Wobodo. Oh, no. Oh,
Oh,
oh, you gotta get that,
that
my
is an
guy.
oopsie. He oopsied it,
Oh no. Oh no.
dude. They booed him too.
J-Vic, we don't
Oh,
do good with
man.
rules here.
J-Vic,
Okay.
we don't care.
Oh, I care. Okay. We can't afford strikes on YouTube. All right. This is our bread and butter. This is This is
We
where
don't
the
care.
bread gets made.
We're
How do
here
you think?
for it.
How do you think I afford this lavish lifestyle of mine? So rare content, obviously.
That hat
Ah,
wasn't free. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It
yes,
sort
it
of
was. I
wasn't.
won it. Okay, in basketball.
That's
Speaking of which, I
it
have a
wasn't free.
basketball sweat going on right now.
You had to
So
really know basketball.
yeah, I do. I used to do a basketball show that I don't do anymore, bro.
Can we talk
Oh,
about how good the Orlando Magic are right now? By the way,
yeah,
I
real
think
quick. Even though,
we have like literally no. I'm on
can you
Twitter.
see this 13th and limited champion right now, bro? Can you
Oh,
see Dennis
look at
Schroeder showed
you,
up, boy? This is right now. Let's go.
my guy. Keep
Let's
going.
go. Can I tell
How high
you?
can you go?
I don't know.
How far away are you?
Oh,
5
too far.
points?
20
That's a
points from the
3, right?
podium.
Isn't that
Yeah.
a 3?
Yeah, 5. I mean, I'm still in a tier 3. It's all tier 3s.
Oh, that's true. Why is that broken up like that?
Oh man. Well, it's just because the reward pools, and we won't talk about basketball reward pools.
Oh no.
But yeah, dude, it's so I somehow won a rare from limited easier than it was to win with rares. Oh man, 250, 235, no reward. Love it, dude.
That's tough. That's
Love
real
it
tough.
here. Hey, but we got a sweat and champion, so there we go. Hey, what? There you go. Look at us.
You
Look at us
go.
making moves. We're good at so rare sometimes. So rare in the States.
Speak for yourself.
Let's go. MLS so rare Scar knows how to hit a button to get SD to make his NBA lineup. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I
high
have done
level
that
scouting.
a few times. I have done that a few times this week. Okay. Also saw this morning that actually I do want to address this. Thank you for bringing this up. And this is a perfect way to close the show. So I did see it was like a TechCrunch article that I think So Rare was laying off some staff and then moving some of the team over to Paris to get everything under quality control. The headline makes it sound bad, but this kind of thing
This is really good.
fantastic.
I'm
Like,
a fan.
Yes. No, when I saw that they
Yeah.
fired a bunch of people and were like relocating, I was like, this is fantastic. You know why? Because this means
Buy your NBA and MLB now.
because this means Nico saw an issue. He said,
Yep.
bet we're going to bring everything in-house, quality control. Oh, yeah. It was super clickbaity. Like you read it and it's like, this is quality control. They are trying to reel everything back in and make things right. So 100% fantastic.
I'm not gonna say that I kind of called this, but I kind of called this. I thought it would take a little longer, but
Right.
Nico's cooking. He's cooking,
Yeah.
boys. I'm excited to have an MLB stack now.
Yeah. Are you
He's
excited for
cooking.
baseball now?
Oh yeah. Not even this year, just like in general. I'm like,
Yeah,
super
I mean, I
excited
get
for
it because like they
MLB
even
now.
said in the article too that like they're keeping it open to maintain some of the relationships with like the leagues over here. We're like, you get it, you want a home base.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of like the game operations and like all the stuff, like all the planning, like it should have been Nico should have been able to just go walk over, knock on the door, and be like, "Yo, what the?
Are you
What
guys
you
still
doing?"
alive? Is someone dying here?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks the state of the things and the way things went, but I
Well, they're
think
gonna
this is
get
great.
better. They're gonna
Yeah,
get better.
no, I definitely think
In
it's a good
Nico, we
move.
trust, baby.
And you see
Nico
it in
to the
every
moon.
company. I mean, Facebook, Google, they all laid off a bunch of staff and their stock like 3x. So it's one of those things, man. Sometimes you just got to cut the dead weight. We've been talking about it. We cut the
Here
dead
we
weight in our
go.
galleries. We cut the dead weight in employees. And look, when employees suck, you just got to let them go. Rip off the Band-Aid.
On a
move
scale of
on.
1 to 10, how pessimistic or optimistic are you? 10 is
For
like
what?
10 is like about just the whole all of So Rare. 10 is like to the moon. 1 is like I'm getting out now.
Like a 7 or 8. Like the way that I see it
I think
is
we
that
take that.
they have the foundation to do something really good with it.
Yeah.
Now they could
And the
totally they have the IP and like the and
That's
it's
the hard
long term.
part.
Like that is
Yeah.
the hard part. And like you almost have like a fail safe with that, right? Because there are a lot of hands invested, right? There are a lot of hands in this cookie jar that don't want to see it fail.
Yeah. I'm
And
pretty sure I said
like,
that about MLB when it started too.
yeah, and like
Like, it
look,
cannot fail.
look, there's still a world where they can mess it up. I mean, crypto's going hammer right now. Like, there's going to be another side of this when people are going to get hurt. There's going to be lawsuits flying. Like, there's still the chance that like USA drops like the ban hammer on crypto, and who knows what happens there. I saw some tweets saying that like Top Shot was about to get sued for something, and if that happens, that's going to spew this whole narrative against NFTs and sports, and then gambling's getting frothy. So like, there's going to be that side at some point where like, hey, are we ruining the generation with sports gambling? So like there's
No, we're
still some
making
like
it
bumps
better.
in the road, but I think long term, I think we're okay. I think we're okay.
Javik says
But
8-5, and I trust him more than you. So
wow, JVIC 8-5. They'll never get me behind my infinite VPNs. There you go.
Thomas
See,
is
Daniel
ready to be a
Cooper.
pirate out here.
He's at a solid 8. Doesn't think it'll be mainstream, but it's a brilliant product. And that's the thing, right? Like the hardest part is making something that's fun, right?
Yeah,
You like
and like is
how
enjoyable.
regardless how big we are, like there is a real sick community for this game. And like you can't buy that. You can't
Yeah.
Ponzi your way to that. Like there is something here, right? So I think that's the silver lining.
You know what? I actually am gonna disagree. I think it still can be very mainstream. It's still niche, but like I think this could be definitely FIFA Ultimate Team back in the mid 2010s.
You think so?
Yeah. This could be like every professional streamer. Now they have to make this content more streamable because right now the best we can do is you and me talk about this. And it's like
Right.
it's okay, but it's not like FIFA,
But we
like
have friends
someone
now.
playing. But
We
like
have friends
I
with
like
us.
I told you before, like rivals going head to head live, that could be
Yeah.
streamable content.
Bro. So I've been
So-
I've been thinking about this since they announced Rivals. I've been thinking about since whatever. Like, this is what I want to happen. And like, yo, hit me up in Orlando. We'll get it. I have some connections. Like, maybe we can do something. But like, I want to do an in-stadium like geolock, so you can only hop in if you're at the stadium.
Yeah,
You hop in.
that'd
There's
be
a
cool.
giant leaderboard pregame. All you have to do is a QR code. The stupid halftime shows where you like scan this QR code and it connects to your lights and then controls your camera and you're like flashing to like lasers and shit. Boring.
You know
Like,
that's
you're
my
like, hey,
job.
yeah,
right?
it's boring. If now scan the QR
Wow.
code, it loads you into this Rivals. The entire stadium goes on this leaderboard, and the winner gets like a free jersey at the end. So like the winner at the end of the match, it goes this whole thing. You can have a halftime segment. You're like, check
Dude,
out
you
the
could do way more
leaderboard.
than a jersey.
Yeah, you could do so
You
much
could
with
do
it. And
you could do like come down on the field after the game.
so you're
and, like,
telling
meet
me
the
in one
players.
night you could have 15,000 people that just logged in to your So Rare Rivals match. The entire stadium, there's bragging rights. You got your friends. There's the asshole in front of you that won't shut up, but he's beating you. You just want to throw at the back of his head. Like,
dude,
dude,
you literally it pops up on your seat what your Sorare score is, and you're like, you're an idiot. You started guys that aren't even playing.
yeah, like NBA can do stuff
dude,
like that. Like
I'm feeling that. I'm here.
Like there's so much that they could do, and just like some like crazy, just like big old Rivals matchup in the stadium,
Yeah.
and then just give out some prizes.
I
like
was thinking like League of Legends had like esports, like that's a
Right.
thing. I was thinking like you even just put people in a room, have the game like streaming, and they're like watching the game, and it's like Manning cast, like they're commenting on the game, and like
Mhm.
their so rare like lineups are going up and down live as things are happening. Like
I mean,
that'd be pretty sick. Cool.
I know
Pretty
DraftKings
sick
does
too.
live finals. I know we've had Hunter on the show. He did
Yeah.
a live final for NFL like a few years ago. So like, I mean, it's possible, but again, it's early, right? It's still niche. It's definitely not mainstream, and I do think that like
I'm not
being
saying
able
it's
to
gonna be
PayPal,
mainstream. I say it could be mainstream.
like I've tried to share Rivals with like a couple friends that like even friends that are like a little bit more tech savvy, a little bit like more like they know about crypto, like they've heard about it. And like they're intrigued by it. Like they've told me, we've had conversations about it. Like I've had people come up to me and like, hey man, what's this thing you're always tweeting about? Blah 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 blah. And we'll sit there and we'll have a conversation. Like there's people that are interested, but like as soon as no way Nashville scored this early. Oh, that's incredible. I love that.
Yo,
But it's like one of those things where like I don't know what it is to like get to convert people to play like actual fans. And I do think it is
Dude.
something as simple as like the onboarding process should be like, what's your favorite club? Boom, here is a common stack of this club. Do it for them. Don't even give them the option to pick. Be like, this is a stack of your favorite team. Here you go. Play this in a lineup and go watch your favorite team. As you watch your favorite team, watching like your lineup of your favorite team, you're gonna be like, whoa, this is sick. And then you go down the rabbit hole and burn money like the rest of us do.
To be fair, I kind of forced my interns to do it, and we played a Champions League game this week, and they loved it.
Yeah,
like, we're all like talking amongst ourselves, like watching the game, definitely working, but watching the game. And it's like, you didn't put Harry Kane in your lineup. Like, what the heck? What's wrong with you? But yeah, it was fun. And the four of us, like, I was like, yeah, I lost to an intern, but I also beat two of you, so take that and like it. Even though I know what I'm doing, and you don't.
Actually score? Was it Oh my god,
Schaffelberg's a legend.
Oh my god, I have a U23
They're gonna beat
set with
Miami.
Schaffelberg.
They're gonna beat Miami. Just wait.
No,
he did score. Messi, Suarez.
I need 2 more points for a tier 3.
Look
at me go.
No Jordi Alba.
23.
They're not coming back.
Look at that.
Oh,
Caesar let me down, boy. Caesar let me down against Tigres. I needed him to cook. Jack McGinn kind of let me down too.
who is
I'm great
Zaid
at picking.
Romero?
I'm great at picking my
Banging right
captain.
now.
Dude, Zaid Romero came back from injury, and I was like, oh no, is he still going to smash? And he still smashed. We'd love to see it. I am having way too much fun with U23. This is the first year I'm playing U23 because I picked up a Schulte.
Dude, Harry Trades was onto something, man. I tell you.
Oh
what.
my God, yes. Bayern Munich collection for Columbus, 100%.
No.
Not financial advice, but also yes.
Not a sicko, but no.
Yes.
I am a sicko, but no.
You can't ask
Bayern
that question.
Munich, Bayern friggin' Munich, dude. What are we talking
in the
about?
States stream. We stand Columbus.
You know the
in the MLS.
champion is higher than challenger, right?
Blinders, baby. MLS all day. MLS rules the world. Greatest league in the world. We have Messi.
It depends on
Nobody
who's
else
in
has
your
Messi.
Bayern stack.
I'm
If it's like-
sorry. Is Messi,
maybe if it's like Davies, maybe
is
'cause
Messi
he's
in
gonna
Germany?
leave.
I don't think so. No, he's not. He's in the
Messi
MLS.
is not in Germany, but Harry Kane is.
And
And he's still not going to win a trophy.
I do agree. Why not both?
That's
See?
true.
This is why I love all you sickos. I'm glad you come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm actually excited that Schafferberg scored. This is a nice little U23 sweat now. I like it. Can I get to a tier 2?
Thomas's comment. Hold on. Can we put this up?
Wait, which one?
It's
Bayern
a Wednesday
to a
night.
mid-table club. The manager is on the hot seat. If Columbus does, it's
Yo, Thomas is funny. I love this man.
oh man, dude, it's just the MLS, man. It brings the best out of everybody.
Brings
Does
the
it
world
not?
together. It does.
Mhm.
Maybe
It
not
does.
the world. Maybe just like the 5 of us, but it brings us together.
No, but so rare in MLS.
To the moon.
To the moon. So Chris, I want to stay here and hang out with everybody, but
I don't. I
Before-
want to go sleep.
before we
To be
go,
honest.
I need to ask you the most important question before we hop on the stream. and I want
9.5.
everyone to let me
Mhm.
know in the comments: will the market come back in 2024? Is so rare back?
Are we back?
Are we back? To the moon.
Define back. If you're talking Gary V boom, no.
No.
If you're talking
that's extreme.
will it rise? Yes.
I'm talking a liquid fund market.
I don't know what that means.
Easy to buy and sell.
D-
Up and
like,
down.
well, I know
Roller
what
coaster
liquid
of fun.
means, but like that's not like, well, who defines what easy is? Back equals Guzan at limited $50. Then yes, it will be back. Because Guzan is a freaking legend and he's bald and I love him.
Honestly, I almost
And he
sold my
can't play
limited
goalkeeper
Guzan. I
anymore.
was like, oh, it's $10, baby. I was like, I'm never gonna get anything more than this. And then I looked at the schedule, and then they have New England after CCC at home this weekend. Then they have Orlando at home next weekend after a CCC rotation. I was like, oh baby,
After they get
we
pumped in
holding
Mexico.
on. We holding on to Guzan. Next 2 weeks, Guzan decisives, hundreds, captain your Guzan, and then sell them. Because after
Wait,
that,
is Guzan worth anything right now?
I mean, he's a little up, just like everything.
Jeez, that's
They're-
a little scary. No, Guzan will not be $50. But Thomas is back.
Shh, Thomas is back. Hey, watch out, Thomas. Because I started looking at flights today for Atlanta next weekend, so I might pop in.
Ooh.
St. Patty's Day weekend, I'm getting a little frisky. Yeah, we'll see.
There
We'll
we
see.
go.
We'll see. But look,
Almost scored a second. Wow.
let's go.
We
Thank you
need
so
to
much
get
for
off
everybody.
before you keep
Yes.
these people keep tweeting at us.
Listen,
Ah!
we'll be back Sunday, midday stream, whatever time that game is, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, birthday weekend. Oh, buddy.
Oh, it's on. It's on
man.
like Donkey Kong.
All right. We'll talk.
I have to
Hey,
work.
so we're meet up.
I
in
wasn't
Atlanta next week.
invited, but I have
What's
to
up?
work.
Well, call out, boy. Let's go. See you guys on Sunday. Sunday shenanigans live stream. We're gonna watch some games, not get banned because we're not gonna stream them, and we'll see who